Hello everyone, it is very good to see you again. In today's video, I am going to be swapping out the summer plants on the pots on my front stoop for some fall plants. And this is the latest I've ever done it in the season. It's almost mid-October right now, but it has been so warm and I didn't really feel like planting for fall when it was still 90 degrees outside. But luckily now it's getting a little bit cooler. So I'm going to get what's in there pulled, even though some of them still look good, and replace them with the plants for fall. Now last year, I did a pink fall theme and I fell in love, surprisingly. So I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna do that until I get bored of it, which may or may not ever happen. But of course, I had to dress for the occasion. So I got here either pink plants or like dark purpley plants, and I'm gonna go through those with you right now. We did go to a garden center that was a bit smaller, out in the suburbs, so there weren't as many options to choose from, but I got what I could in the color scheme that I was looking for. So first off, I do have mums, because that's probably the most popular fall plant, even though I do try to look for other options as well. This one is a mauve pink. It looks huge on camera. It's pretty big, but it's in like a 8-inch pot. This is going to go in one of the larger pots. I'll show you the pots in a second, but they are all green, and they start largest on the top stair and then get smaller as they go down, and they are all set up on irrigation, which is fantastic because that's probably the place I would forget to water the most. Then I also got two more mums. This is that same pink mauve color, and this is just a bit deeper of a fuchsia color. Now normally around this time I would look for mums that weren't flowering this much, that still had more buds and flowers, but again, that really wasn't available at the time, so I got what I could. Since it is a little bit later than I normally plant them, I'm hoping they'll last a little bit longer. Usually I'll pull these at some point in November or early December, depending how the weather goes. So next right here, I have a celosia, and this is called Kilos Fire Pink. I did grow celosia last year. I got seeds from Floret, and they were one of the last standing in my garden. Again, probably, did I even leave them up? I might have left them up over winter once they dried for the birds to eat the seeds. But these were definitely one of the plants that looked good the longest. So again, I'm hoping to get at least 2 months, 1.5 months out of this. And then finally, I got Zinfandel oxalis. So this is one of the dark purple foliage plants. I actually already have two out there that I don't know why I got. I think some of my summer plants had started to wither out there. So as I came across the plant, I just grabbed it. So I do have two very similar color plants out there. So it's gonna be a mix of these different colors, and the pots again are green. I kind of feel like green pots work as a neutral in the garden since most of the flowers that you're growing aren't green. So I really like to have those. It kind of just works in with like my black pots, my gray pots, my brown pots. It's just another neutral to me. So now let's move these all up front. I'll show you the pots that I have up there, and then we will get planting. Oh, before we go up there, I did want to mention I will not be using fresh potting soil unless I have to add some more to the pot because it's not full enough. And two, I will not be adding any fertilizer because I don't know, it could snow in 3 weeks, it could snow in 8 weeks. I don't know how much time I have with these plants. So I'm not going to, I hate to use the word waste because it's not waste, you guys are beautiful, but I don't want to waste any fresh stuff on a plant that's only going to be there for a little bit of time. So now we'll go head out front. Here is a look at my green pots. Now some of them you can't see because they are covered by plants, which still looks so good, but I've just basically collected these throughout the years. I don't think I got two from the same place. And yes, I did put googly eyes on my Thunbergia in order to get it ready for Halloween. But let me show you what's currently in the pots, and then we'll get some of these swapped out. First off, in the ground are some of the Rose Soprano Impatiens. Those are going to stay because they're pink and they are not in a pot and they still look good. Then in the lowest pot, we have one of the Apple Blossom Begonias. Still looks so pretty. It's going to be hard to pull, but it does feel like it's time to change to more fall plants. This is the Orchid Blush Sun Patient. And while I'm going through here, this area gets a couple hours of sun right now, but I think it would still technically count as full shade because I think it's only 2, maybe 3 hours. Anyway, this is a sedum that I can't remember, one of the darker foliage plants that I just got. I have some of the new pansies I just showed you in there. I think I'm gonna add them to other pots. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I might pop them out of there and just add them to some of these other pots. Another apple blossom. Oh, look at that begonia. This is Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe. This pot here is empty because there was a hydrangea that got smothered by the Thunbergia. So I wouldn't recommend planting Thunbergia right next to something unless you can keep a close eye on it and prune the plant. Now I am going to keep the Thunbergia because it looks cute right now, but I wanted to let you know that this is how it looks again with only like 3-ish hours of sun. It's meant for full to part sun, but I would say that the canopy is just as thick as places I have this in full sun. So if you're looking for a vining plant and maybe you have a part shade environment, this will at least give you a very, very thick canopy for privacy, perhaps. But then I did get like 3 flowers. It definitely just doesn't flower as much, but the leaves look the exact same to me. And now we plant. Here it is. I really like it, even though some of the plants from summer still looked good. This just feels a lot better. It feels like I'm ready for fall. I like the darker tones. I just think it looks really, really pretty. I might get a few more pansies potentially to add into some of these pots, but here's how it's looking. We have the oxalis up front, one of the lighter pink mums here. Next we have the sedum, the more fuchsia mums, celosia. And then up here in this pot, I did have the Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe, and I moved what will be, once they're blooming, the pink pansies up here just to fill this pot out a little bit more. This pot is full enough with the larger mum, and then my little googly-eyed Thunbergia. Now these pots are ceramic. Everything from here down does get carried in for the winter, so I'll pull the plants, empty them out, store them inside. These top 2 here are too heavy for me to move, so they stay outside. And this one does have 1 crack in it, but you know what? It still holds plants. That's all I care about. And this one, which you can't see because it's under the plant, has not cracked yet. So I do try to be careful with my ceramic pots when I can actually move them. Here's everything that I pulled from the front pots. So as long as the plant waste isn't diseased or covered with some sort of pest, I will just let it break down for a few days so that then I can use it as mulch, either in my containers, the small piece of ground that I have, or I'll just toss it in my compost, but I do like to leave it out for a few days so it gets smaller and easier to fit places. I thought we could end this video with a little kitten update. They are both doing very well. Somebody here has a runny nose, but she's getting better. Again, this is Lilith. She's the one that was abused and has no tail and 1 less toe than normal, but she purrs literally anytime you touch her. She's so sweet. I love her so much, and she's going to have a very good life. We just gotta clean off your boogies. And here's Pearl. She's also the sweetest. She's the one that will lick your face whether you want her to or not. And besides these 2, we do have our 2 9-year-old cats, Jack and Penelope. Jack is being such a good big brother. He loves everyone and everything all the time, so that did not surprise me. But if I'm in here, because we're still kind of slowly introducing them, Jack will yell to get in, and he's been playing with them, and it's been really cute. He also does try to eat their food, so we do have to remove the food anytime he comes in here. Penelope is pretending that this whole situation doesn't exist. She's just living her life, pretending there are not 2 kittens in here. So we're gonna take it extra slow with her. Now she's not an angry cat, which is good. Like, she's not going to fight, but she is more of a scaredy cat. So we're gonna take it slow and see how she does. And I'm hoping that maybe she'll bond with at least one of these little babies. So that's gonna be it for this video. I am going to go pet kittens for a little bit now. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Can you say bye?